right now. They're happening right in front of you that are affecting our daily lives and our future, our immediate future. Listen up, people. History is happening right now. All you have to do is look around you and step outside your door and step outside your area of comfort, your house, your easy chair, to see what's going on. Stop listening to the mainstream media and start listening to alternate media like Mutual Broadcast News, like Dark 30, like Midnight Express. These are the places you will pick up the real news and know what is the hell is going on. Because if you're listening to the three-letter liars news networks, you might as well sit back and keep watching that episode of Friends or whatever the garbage program that they have on now. I'm not a religious person, and I'm not the one going around town with a sign out that the end times are here. But folks, the end times are here. We are so close right now at this very moment that I can't even tell you right now because you wouldn't believe me. The end has already started, and we're going to go into that, and I'm going to get Father Mike Pernick's take on that Saturday. He's going to briefly join us during our program, which we will attempt to extend to 2 hours this Saturday based on my content availability. But in the news that you can find, if you look hard enough, it's out there. But right now, something very big is happening. The G7 leaders are pledging to a collective action on what they refer to as sagging global growth. But while they're calling it sagging global growth, they tag it with political threats to the international order. They intend to collectively tackle major risks to global growth. These are the leaders of the group of 7 advanced economies in the world meeting as something that's known as the G7. And these 7 leaders recently wrapped up their annual summit on Friday in Japan with this declaration and claimed special responsibility for leading international efforts to cope with those challenges to collectively tackle major risks to global growth, including political threats to the international order from terrorist attacks, violent extremism, and refugee flows. Yeah. But you understand, political threats to international order are the words that you should look at. The other words that follow that in that sentence, in that paragraph, are superfluous. So basically they're saying collectively they are going to take down anything that they feel is a political threat to their agenda. These 7 leaders in this G7 conference that just ended on Friday intend to use this quote-unquote cooperative approach to beef up policies to stimulate and sustain growth of their sluggish economies with the use of flexible spending strategies to create jobs and shore up confidence in uncertain times. BS, 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 I call. And out of the other side of their mouth, the G7 leaders expressed their concerns about territorial disputes among Asian countries in the East and in the South China Seas. What? And you wonder why your internet isn't working the last couple of days. Why there was an hour of Dark 30 missing. What was it? Thursday night. Why they nearly took down the program Friday night. And people say, well, why are you saying the Chinese are attacking us with cyber attacks and taking down our internet backbone? Why would they do that? We're not at war with China. Well, people, get your freaking heads out of the sand. We are at war with China. Listen to me again. From the 3-letter networks, the G7 leaders have expressed their concern about territorial disputes among Asian countries in the East and the South China Seas. Your internet is an inconvenience to you for now. Your internet interruptions are a test and only a test. And they've done this before. This isn't the first time. The last time was March 29th. It lasted for 1 day. The next time was the last couple of days, Thursday and Friday, 2 nights in a row. in different geographical regions in the United States. It's a test. How long the test will continue? Well, I don't know where they are. How many areas have they already tested? But one thing is clear, when they have tested all of the areas and have formulated a tactical plan, they could instantly press a button. And guess what? What happens when you remove the backbone of something? It doesn't function. It's dead. When you shut down the backbone of the internet, which is through our wonderful U.S. government's decisions to allow 3 major companies to control and distribute the backbone of our internet, it makes it very easy for our government to control the internet, but it also makes it very easy for any government to control our internet by disabling it through what's known as denial of service attacks. So the G7 conference ended on Friday, pledging to collectively tackle major risks to global growth and direct political threats to that international order. Superfluous information to follow. Here we go. Terrorist attacks, violent extremism, and refugee flows. People, they think you are idiots. They think you are cows. Maybe you are. But the news is here for you to find if you will take a moment out of your television schedule to watching your unreality television to just take a look and stop watching and listening to the 3-letter networks that give you the same news that is handed down to them from the White House, from whoever. It's all the same news if you listen to it. It's worded exactly the same. But at the end of this 2-day meeting, they emphasized a fundamental importance of peaceful management and settlement of disputes. Well, what could that mean? We haven't been able to peacefully settle anything. Why would a 2-day meeting ending this Friday suddenly make anything any different that now we can have peaceful management and settlement of disputes? BS. 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 You know, Japan is a member of G7. You know, it's embroiled in a huge territorial dispute with China over uninhabited islands in the East China Sea. Okay, I don't care about China. I don't care about Japan. They're over there. What do I care? Well, you know, Japan and the United States are involved in China's business and what's going on in the Southeast Seas. And China's not happy about it. And whether it's right or whether it's wrong, whatever, I don't know. But I know that the United States and this world has enough problems to worry about what China is doing in the South Seas, building some kind of man-made island in the South China Sea. It happens that several countries have territorial claims that overlap. So yes, folks, we are at war with China. And China is gearing up to attack us right where we live. They don't come in through the sea like Japan and make another Pearl Harbor. They don't have to do that these days. It's simple. They take down our infrastructure and they cause major financial disruptions throughout the United States simply by taking down the backbone of the internet. You have no idea how much runs through the internet. When you go to the bank, your ATM, and you want to get some money out of your ATM, if the backbone of the internet is not functioning, you will not get any money out of that ATM. It is very likely if you go to your bank, if you're at one of the major banks, the chain banks, and you want some cash on that day that they take down that backbone, guess what? You don't get any cash because they can't see how much money you have in your bank account. Are you starting to get the picture? Am I getting through to you at all? It's not an interruption in your internet, an inconvenience that you can't watch your Netflix and you can't send your cute little puppy pictures over your Facebook. It's more than that. The internet is the backbone of the U.S. economy. The U.S. stock market cannot function without the backbone of the internet. Hello? Are you there? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? It's time for the United States to stop being the policeman of the world and worry about our own problems here and on our homeland. Our homeland, the United States. Homeland security. What is that? Whose homeland? What homeland? You assume it's our homeland, don't you? Sounds nice. It's homeland security. They're protecting us. Folks, are you that stupid? It's not our homeland, you and I. It's their homeland they're protecting. They're protecting their interests, their homeland, their security. Homeland security is not for you. And the sooner that you can understand what's going on a global level, the sooner there just may be a chance to turn things around. But folks, I and many others like me have been preaching this message for years. And 100% of the things that we have predicted and told you that would happen have happened. Get your freaking head out of the sand. And now we have propaganda machines like Jeff Rentz that go around and deny the entire Jew Holocaust like it never happened. Why? Why is this man still on the air? No, very few, if any, radio stations pick him up anymore. Yet here he is. He continues to operate because he is funded by the elitists to keep him on the air, to continue that propaganda, because that is a piece of history that they don't want you to remember. We're from the government and we're here to help you. The government couldn't do anything like that. That's just something made up. That couldn't ever happen because it never happened before. Well, it's happening all over again, folks. And we're so far into this mess. We're so far into the deep end that I really don't think there's any way of turning back. So you say, Leo, what's your point then if there's no point? If we can't do anything about it, why bring it up? Why don't we just stick our heads in the sand and just deal with what comes? Well, what comes for you next after they are fully in power, and they're not fully in power yet, but they are just one step away from that power. Those that don't follow the political agenda or speak out against it get shipped off to these camps. This the very same type of camps that existed in Germany that Jeff Rentz says never existed. The very same gas chambers that Jeff Rentz says never existed. The millions of bodies that are piled mountain high. The pictures that you can find yourself that still exist somehow on the internet. Those aren't photoshopped, folks. Those aren't scenes from a horror movie. Those are real. And there are people that are still alive who lived through that horrible, horrible situation. And for those people now to see it repeating again, unbelievable. Yes, history repeats itself. And history is repeating itself once again. There's very, very little time. And whether anything can be done about it, I do not know. But what I do know is that you must prepare. You must prepare for what is about to come. And this is not something for you to think about, to soul over for a few months, a few years. Maybe I'll do something to prepare. No, you prepare now. Right now, at this very moment. I'm talking about right now. You take the steps. You make the preparations for what's coming. Because the evil is upon us. It is on right now. Do you hear me? Within the next 60 days, something so major is going to happen. It will open your mind. And you will understand what we've been talking about. But when that happens, when you become a believer and you understand what we've been saying and you say, oh, that guy, those people on the talk radio that are saying all these crazy things, well, they weren't so crazy. But when you come to that realization and you see those things happen, you understand it's too late for you to prepare for anything. Do you understand that? Because once these events happen, there's no turning back. And what comes next comes rapidly, and the life that you know at this moment will be a thing of the past. What your life will be after the next 60 days, I can't tell you for sure, but it will change radically. Are you prepared for what is coming? Or are you living day to day as a slave to the system like 95%, 99% of this United States? Are you living paycheck to paycheck? Oh, great. You're not. You got plenty of money in the bank. Great. You've got your 401k. You got all that stuff. You got all that worked out. Guess what, people? That money you have in that bank, that savings, that 401k, all of that stuff, it's gone in 60 days. It's useless. Are you prepared now, I ask you again? With that in mind, with what I've just told you, are you prepared for what is about to happen? I don't think so. Because whether you're living day to day, week to week, paycheck to paycheck, or whether you're loaded and you've got $1 million in the bank, both of you on both classes are in the same freaking boat. It doesn't matter how much money you have, because that money is about to be absolutely worthless with what is about to happen. Tune in Saturday night at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time as I present some of the information that is going to shake you to your very core. Folks, everything is changing. Everything about the world as you know it will change very, very soon. Are you prepared? Get prepared. Listen, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on this Mutual Broadcast Station.